Hello everyone, welcome to Product Chronicles, Product Stories from Jaco. I'm Joca Torres, here to share with you real product stories from Jaco, showcasing how to tackle product management and digital transformation challenges through stories from my over 30 years career helping companies build successful products and the lessons I've learned along the way. In the previous episodes, I talked about how, at the beginning of my career in 1992, I started working as a product manager without realizing it, well before this career actually existed, which happened only in the early 2000s. I also discussed how data is essential for managing our product and our company. In the latest episode, I discussed how product vision is key not only for internal alignment, but also for external audiences, including potential investors. If you haven't listened yet, go check out the first 3 episodes of Product Chronicles after listening to this one, obviously. In this 4th episode, I will discuss a topic that I have been discussing a lot with my clients lately, product discovery. I will discuss some misconceptions about discovery, which are incorrect understandings about what discovery is and how we can avoid making these mistakes. The episodes are always filled with stories to illustrate the concepts, principles, and tools of product management. Shall we? First, I will explain why I decided to release my episodes also in English beside the Portuguese episodes. As a Brazilian, I noticed that the challenges and concerns in product management are quite similar worldwide. While many understand the operating model of Silicon Valley tech companies, they often find it challenging to implement these models in regular companies. This inspired me to demonstrate through these chronicles how product concepts, principles, and tools can be applied in any company to achieve remarkable results. Okay, now that this is clear, let's discuss product discovery, its misconceptions, and how to avoid them. One important thing that I like to bring here is that I'm now writing a new edition, preparing a new edition of my very first book. It's called The Startup Guide. I wrote this book back in 2012, so 12 years ago. And back then, discovery or the product discovery term was not so well popularized. But basically, the Startup Guide was a book around product discovery. I was talking about a product that I was creating aside my day-to-day job. I was working back then at Local Web. Local Web is the biggest web hosting company here in Brazil, and so basically a B2B company. And back then, the principles of MVP, Lean Startup, were becoming very popular, and I decided to test those principles, and I created a calorie counter called Conta Cal, and in this book I basically told the story of creating this startup, and also told the stories of other startups that I was helping and mentoring back at the time. And but since then I've learned a lot, and I work at Conta Azul, an ERP for small businesses, the leader of ERP for small business here in Brazil. After that, I worked at Gympass, which is a corporate benefit offered by companies to their employees, access to a huge network of gyms and studios, and more recently to well-being, wellness apps. And more recently, I led a digital transformation at Lopes, the biggest real estate company here in Brazil. And so I've been learning a lot, and in the meantime, I've also been helping many startups and established companies create new products. So that's why I decided to to create this new edition, this revised edition of Startup Guide. My plan is to have this by the end of this year. And one of the interesting things to note that the term product discovery, I learned this while I was researching to write this new edition of the book. The term product discovery was created by Marty Kagan back in 2007, and he created this term because, as he said at the time, we always had and will probably always have two essential problems in software. We need to discover the right product, and then we have to develop the product correctly. So since 2007, he has been calling the first problem, he has been calling product discovery, and the second problem, he has been calling it product delivery. And one interesting thing is that this term product discovery is now very well known by everyone that is working with product development. And recently, last week actually, I had a lunch with a client, and the very first comment, we were just greeting each other and just sat down, and prior to ordering anything, the very first comment from the client was, I'm going to open my heart with you. I can't stand hearing the word discovery anymore. The team wants to discover everything, and it takes months to discover the obvious. So it's not uncommon to see this situation where people complain about the discovery and it taking too long, and it discovering the obvious. So this is also a motivation for me to prepare this new edition of the Startup Guy. And also, this is why I've been talking a lot with my clients, and this is the motivation for this and my next episode of Product Chronicles, that I want to talk about discovery misconceptions. There are some discovery misconceptions, some misunderstandings about the discovery, the power of discovery. And the very first one is that we believe that discovery is a process. And no, discovery is not a process. Discovery, we should understand discovery as a set of tools. And it is a set of tools for what? To de-risk product development, to mitigate the risk of product development. And you may ask, what risk? What is the risk of product development? Well, the main risk that we have is the risk of the product going wrong, the risk of the product not generating the results that we expect from the product. And this is very important. Imagine a team of 8 people. It costs here in Brazil per year around 450,000 US dollars per year. In Europe, is even more. Is around 700,000 US dollars. In the US, is almost $1 million. Is a lot of money. And imagine building the wrong product, building a product that doesn't solve our client's problem, doesn't solve or doesn't generate the results that we expect. It's wasting money. It's not using the money wisely. And another issue that is critical is that normally we have an idea, and many product teams, they have an idea, and then okay, let's implement this idea. But the thing is, and this is known by research, that the majority of the ideas, like 80% of the ideas, they fail to improve the key metrics that they are designed to improve. They either don't move the metric, or even worse, they worsen the metric. So this is critical, and so that's the risk of wasting the money that we are investing in developing the product, building the wrong product. And so, what type of risks are we talking about? We are talking about the very well known four types of risks. We have the value risk, so the customers are interested, the customer see value in the product, the customers want the product. So the value is one, the viability is another one. Is this businessy viable? Is it able to generate the revenue that we want? Is it able to generate the margin that we need? Do we have a proper go-to-market strategy? Do we have the proper suppliers? All the legal aspects. Are we able to manage all the legal aspects? On the ethical side, is all covered as well. On the feasibility side, are we able to build this product? Do we have the technology? Do we have the knowledge? Do we have? Are we able to integrate with the systems that we need to integrate? So all of this goes into the feasibility risk bucket. And last but not least, the usability. Will customers be able to understand how to use? As soon as we have the product in their hands, will them be able to use it? Will be able to know how to use it? So those are the four risks. And I will bring here some examples that illustrate the risk mitigation. The first one is an example from my own career. It's the creation of a product that we call Gympass Wellness. Gympass, as I mentioned, it's a marketplace where the companies hire Gympass to offer to their employees access to a network of gyms and studios. And we were constantly trying to figure out what other things can we offer to our customers and to their employees besides gyms and studios. So we thought about personal trainer, street events, and scooters. It was very popular here in Brazil back in 2018. And we also thought about maybe offering an e-commerce of sport goods. So it made sense. And we also thought about creating a marketplace, an apps marketplace. An apps marketplace with not only workout apps, but also meditation app, nutrition app, mental health apps. So we decided to test this idea of the apps marketplace. And to test this idea, we had mainly two risks that we needed to de-risk, we needed to mitigate. The first one is we need apps. Are the apps interested in joining this marketplace? Because without apps, we didn't have we wouldn't have an offer to make to companies. So the first thing was to see, are apps interested in joining this marketplace? And the second risk was, okay, now that we have the apps, are users willing to subscribe? Because we wanted to offer this as an additional or independent subscription to our clients, to our customers. So to test the first risk, what we did is we didn't build any product. We built a presentation that actually showed what was Gympass, our mission of defeating inactivity. It was our purpose back then, our global presence. At the time, we are present in 14 countries: Brazil, the US, Chile, Mexico, Italy, the UK, Spain, France, and our clients, some of our clients, and showing that we had back then 2,000 corporate clients, and showing more information and inviting or proposing to apps to join us. So we presented this to 8 apps, and from those 8 apps, 6 showed interest, and from those 6, 4 decided to join us. So the first risk was tested, and we were able to find 4 apps that decided to join us. And then what we needed to test is, okay, let's see if we have users interested in this offer. So from those 2,000 corporate clients, we decided to select 10, so 0.5% of our entire customer base. This gave us access to 15,000 employees, and we sent to those 15,000 employees an email marketing presenting this new product, showing that we are launching this new product, and inviting them, if they are interested in clicking to know more. So they will go to a landing page, and in this landing page, they will have more information about the offer, and they needed to fill out a very simple form with name, email, the company, and the company they belong to, and their credit card information, because we are testing their willingness to subscribe. That's simple. So we didn't build any product. We just built a form, a landing page, and a form. So our discovery tools, our risk mitigation tools, were one, presentation to mitigate the risk of figuring out if there are apps interested, and a landing page and a form to test if there are interests from our users. Those are very simple tools to use. And the second example that I want to bring is from a client of mine, and it's a very, very interesting example. It's a fintech, and they are a credit card company. They offer credit card to their clients, and they have something around a few hundred thousand customers. And back in 2020, 2021, there were many here in Brazil, many digital banks, and many BaaS, banking as a service offers here in Brazil. So they looked to the market, and they saw this scenario, and they said, oh, should we offer also a full digital bank account to our customer? Does it make sense? I mean, there are many digital banks, and everyone is launching their own digital bank, and there is this. There are many offers of banking as a service. We don't need to build all the banking infrastructure to have our own bank. Does it make sense? Should we also offer a full digital bank account to our customers? And the risk that they saw here is this offer economically viable? Does it make sense to us from a business, from a margin, from a revenue perspective? And the discovery tool that they used here is wait for it, is a spreadsheet. Exactly, it's a spreadsheet. That's simple. They use the spreadsheet, and they build a business plan. So yeah, a business plan can be a discovery tool. It showed to them that launching a digital bank to hundreds of thousands of customers couldn't be profitable, no matter the banking as a service provider that they picked. The numbers didn't sum up, and wouldn't provide them with the profit that they wanted. So they were able to assess the business viability risk with a spreadsheet. This would only be viable if they had a few millions of customers with a few hundred thousands of customers, that wouldn't work. And then they decided to launch not a full digital bank, but just a payment service, using the credit that they were offering. So yeah, a spreadsheet can be a discovery tool as well. And as I mentioned, discovery is not a process; it's a set of tools that help us mitigate risks, and is also a mindset. This is very important. This is a mindset. It's a mindset that we have to continuously have. And so when we talk about continuous discovery, we can think about looking to everything with this discovery mindset. It's somewhat similar to what Teresa Torres talks about. By the way, I'm not related to her. I did the research, even though we have the same last name. And but yeah, this continuous discovery. One aspect of it is this mindset. We need to be constantly looking into things with this curiosity, with this interest of knowing more, of finding opportunities. So I'll bring here two interesting examples, actually three examples. One of them is actually outside of the technology world. It's a restaurant. It's a restaurant called Osteria Francescana. It's an Italian restaurant in Modena, Italy, and it's a restaurant that has the 3 stars Michelin. And this 3 stars Michelin is a very important graduation, is the top graduation of the Michelin guide. And they give 1 star, 2 stars, or 3 stars to very good restaurants. So 1 star is very good, 2 stars is very, very good, and 3 stars, we should travel to the place in order to taste the food, to experiment the restaurant. And there are only like 140, 150 3 stars restaurants in the whole world, and this one is one of them. And Takahiko Kondo, one of the chefs in the restaurant, was preparing a dessert with a lemon tart, and it was the last dessert he was preparing for the night. He didn't have other ingredients to prepare more, but it was the last one, so everything was okay. And during the preparation, he made a mistake, and the tart broke. The tart broke, and he was very, very worried, because he couldn't serve anymore the order from the client. He got very, very concerned. And then came Massimo Bottura, one of the main chef of the restaurant, and said, "Hey, look, we have something very, very beautiful here." And then together they created a new dessert that eventually became the most famous dish of this restaurant. You can search on the internet. It's called "Oops, I Dropped the Lemon Tart." And again, looking to a mistake with this eyes, this mindset of discovery, they were able to discover a new dish, and that eventually became the most famous dish of this restaurant. So it's this mindset, this discovery mindset. The second example that I bring is an example from Etsy. Etsy, it's a crafts marketplace, and it's a very interesting example. Each and every engineer, when they enter the company, they are allowed to push new code into production. And then the new engineer was preparing the package to push into production, and making an analysis into the package that he was about to push into production. He saw a file that it didn't make any sense at all. It seems not used, and so he decided to delete the file. And then okay, the file was deleted, and then he made the package, and then he pushed the code into production. And a few minutes later, the entire Etsy website went offline. So you can imagine how desperate the people get there. And after they bring the site back online, what do you believe happened to this engineer? So maybe he got fired, or maybe he was prohibited to make deploys. Maybe they created a policy that every new engineer could only make deploys after, I don't know, 6 months. Who knows? But actually, no. Actually, what happened was very, very interesting. He received the prize. Yes, exactly. He received the prize because this mistake helped the team find out about how fragile the system was, and helped them to quickly fix the system. And they call this the blameless culture. And he even won what they called the three-armed sweater prize. They created this prize and give this prize now to the engineers who committed the most spectacular mistake of the year. So it's a way for them to foster this blameless culture. And one interesting aspect or curiosity is that there is an author called James Joyce, an Irish author, and he wrote a very famous book called Ulysses. He wrote many books, but one of the most famous, or the most famous book that he wrote, is called Ulysses. And he's also known to be said the phrase that mistakes are portals of discovery. So that's how we should look into mistakes as portals of discovery. The third example that I wanted to bring here is one that everyone uses, is the Post-it. Don't know if everyone knows the story behind the Post-it, but the Post-it was created at 3M, and at 3M they built this glue, this very strong and very durable and very resistant glues that make things stick together and never get separated. And Spencer Silver, one of the scientists, during this research, he was able to create one glue that was not that strong, was not that resistant, and he was very confused. And he was talking about this special glue with a colleague called Art Fry. And this guy here, Art Fry, he used to sing in a choral, and his music sheets. He needed something to mark the music sheets with to know the songs that he needed to practice. And he thought this new glue was amazing because it was removable and reusable. So then they decided to create what everybody now knows as the Post-it. So again, this look, this way of looking into things with this discovery mindset enable them to discover a new product. So it's very important to have this mindset. And as I was mentioning, discovery is a set of tools to mitigate risks and also a mindset. And I want to give a another example, a final example, to illustrate both at the same time. This example is based on came from the company X, formerly known as Twitter. It's very difficult still to say only X, but anyway, they them were looking into. They had an hypothesis, and they were looking into removing from the posts the information about who liked. Only the number of likes was still in the post, but who liked it was an information that they thought should be only available to the one that posted, not to everyone else. And they thought that this would be interesting in order to increase the quality of interactions and also the time the users spend on the platform. And so they had this hypothesis, and they created a discovery chronogram to test, to validate this hypothesis. And I read in an article this. I'm not 100% sure if this chronogram is 100% real, but when I saw this chronogram, this proposed chronogram, and I saw the length of it, I saw it very, very interesting, a very good example of a long discovery cycle. So let me tell you this chronogram. So first week, we do benchmark and data collection and user interviews. The second week, we send questionnaires and analyze the answers, the responses. The third week, we do some research with competitors, and we plan our A/B testing. And week 4, we implement and monitor our A/B testing. Week 5, we analyze the results of our A/B testing and make any adjustments we need to make in the platform. And week 6 is our final iteration, and then we document our findings. This is 6 weeks of discovery. 6 weeks of discovery. No wonder that people get annoyed when product people say that, oh, we need to do a discovery. 6 weeks to do a discovery is a lot of time. Can we reduce this? I bet we can. And can it be 1 week? Definitely can be 1 week. Can be less than 1 week? Definitely it can be less than a week. So here's a proposed shorter version. So in the very first day, in the morning, we define the objectives and the metrics to validate or invalidate the achievement of the objectives. And we do also, during this morning, the benchmark. During the day, we do the A/B testing. We already do the A/B testing. And in the second day onwards, we draw conclusions from the A/B testing. We validate or invalidate our hypothesis, and then we implement other tests. So 1 or 2 days, and we continue to implement other tests. So here I'm talking about the risk mitigation tool, which is A/B testing. I'm already using it in the first day, and I'm having a constant mindset. I will not do one discovery. I will be continuously testing, implementing testing, and validating or invalidating my hypothesis. So with this, we have reached the end of the 4th episode of the Product Chronicles, Product Stories from Jaco, where we discussed the importance of product discovery and a very, very common misconception that many product teams believe that product discovery is a process. After listening to this episode, I think it has become clearer that discovery is not a process. It is a set of tools for mitigating the risk of the product going wrong, and it is also a mindset that we must always have this curious look to see opportunities even in mistakes. I hope these stories have provided insights that may be helpful on your journey. In the next episode, I will talk about 3 other very common discovery misconceptions. Thinking that you need to discover everything, you don't need to make discovery of everything. Thinking that discovery is about understanding the problem, and thinking that engineering should focus on product delivery. So, stay tuned for the next episode to understand why there are misconceptions, that is, incorrect understandings of discovery, and what we should do to avoid these misconceptions. The episode is always filled with stories to illustrate the concepts, principles, and tools of product management. Remember to follow the podcast, share it with your network, and send us your questions through Jaco's social media. Thanks for listening. Stay tuned for our next episode of Product Chronicles, Product Stories from Jaco.